Awesome.
Space on the
If you're
cloud.
watching the replay, you missed the party and the music. All is well. So who do we have with us here today? Fontella, great to see you. Brenna,
What's up,
hello.
Susie?
Brent, what's up? Bridget,
Corey.
Colleen, Corey, Joyce, great to see you on here. Hello, Pan, it's a pleasure as always. Hey, Patricia, I was just thinking about you the other day. Hey, Susie. We have a lot of cool things in store for you. So we're going to just keep letting some people in as they're rolling in, but I want to get started because I honor your time and I honor ours, and I want to make
I just want to check in. Can everybody, if you can hear us okay, comment in the chat. Comment in the chat. So just say, yes, I hear you.
I think we are live streaming in the Coaches for Transformation Collective. If you want to come join us live on Zoom, we can hear and see your comments, and it's always a party when you're front and center. So come get registered real quick, grab the link and come join us on Zoom. And if that isn't possible at the moment, no worries. I'm glad that you're here. I see some people hopping on the live as well. So Chad's going to drop that for you. All right.
I'm joining.
Shall I share?
Yes, let's go.
All right, we're gonna dive right in.
While Holly's sharing, let us know, what do you do? Who do you do it for? All that stuff. Let us know in the chat. Comment down there. This is an interactive thing. This is a back and forth. This is us having a conversation. So good. You could hear us. High five.
Perfect.
So,
all right, and welcome to Consistently Attract Clients That You Love, how to build a heart community and building relationships with potential clients. So we're going to be sharing, this is literally a 10-year and growing process that we have put together tonight and sharing, I think like this probably for probably the first time. So that's exciting. All right, you guys can see my screen okay?
Special access.
Let me put the chat up here because I like being involved in the chat. I like hearing what you have to say. Corey, I'm a healer, life coach, transformation teacher. I freaking love it. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
I hope people get to unconditional love in a course called Language for Lovers. This uses NVC. Very cool.
Awesome. Let's rock and roll. Hey, Pan, are you able to help us out with letting people in? Cool. Let's give you some co-host action. Thank you so much.
Give you the power of a co-host. I appreciate you. Terry, I help Christians struggling with food allergies and sensitivities, autoimmune disease, and other chronic diseases reclaim their true health. Bless you. That is such a big thing. We work with another coach who works with food allergies, and we have a lot of health coaches in our community. I think it's such big work. Sorry, Pan, I gave you the power to do it and I beat you real quick. Right, holistic health and wellness coach, herbalist with mastery in mental fitness. Beautiful. I freaking love that. All right, so let's go over the 3 things that you're going to learn tonight is really 1, how to have a step-by-step community to attract and enroll clients that you love using a heart community without cold messaging. Is there anyone here that would be okay? Is there anyone a fan of cold messaging? You just reach out to people that you don't know, never had a conversation before, and then, sell them your coaching?
A lot of people doing it for people, nobody liking it.
Yeah, right? I know, it's craziest thing. So number 2, how to create a structured process to create impact and authority in your niche so that you can become the go-to in your industry. And lastly, we're going to help you create a repeatable client attraction process so you can create consistency and really have that security that you're looking for within your business. And you can hop in anytime. Yeah.
So, anybody be more excited about being like a huge authority? Cold messaging is like if you're on Facebook and you're like, if you're like, hey, you're like messaging somebody random out of the world. Like if I didn't know you and I message you and I'm like, hey, would you like to join our coaching program type thing?
Ooh, dance instructor, choreographer, and dance coach. Also food service, but after being a caregiver, finally launching my transformational life coaching business in a launching transformational life in a unique transformational sacred dance modality and online community. I freaking love that. We are a holistic being. It is not just tactics. It is not just energy. It is not just mindset. It is not just body. It is a mix of all of them. So I totally get the power of that. So that's awesome. Work with healthcare providers who struggle with the pain of grief and loss coach. I love that, Patricia. You have I love your energy. You have such a heart. All right. So what we really do for transformation coaches is ultimately we help them discover how to use their gifts in their marketing, clear any blind spots and resistances that are holding them back, and create an aligned process to create and fill their program while also having fun, freedom, impact, and wealth. I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of gal who's like, I can have it all. We have a 3-year-old. She may or may not be coming in to join us. She's our chief cuteness officer. She's an integral part of the brand building and the authority that we have around here. So just you may or may not see her. She may make a guest appearance, but that's part of having it all and having that freedom. And it looks different for everybody. She's definitely a cutie. Yeah, she is.
It's painful to finally
There's nothing
close,
possible. Let's hear
42K.
from Robert real quick.
I talked about 42K.
Just some results.
did
We have worked with
take
people.
40 days. So took 40 days, but 42K in 40 days. I mean, I kept talking about how, 30 days took a little bit to kind of close that out. And then I have another 6K right now that I'm trying to close. So it's pretty good. So
That's awesome,
That's
dude.
pretty good.
So, what do you feel like made the difference? Because you were so up until this month, like,
Yeah.
I know you were gone for a few weeks, and then like,
I was gone all the time. Just call it like it is. I took half the summer off, but yeah.
so June or May? What was your May?
You know what? I think it was a couple things. Yeah. So are you saying just from
Yeah.
that's the craziest thing. May $4,000.
Oh God.
So I 10x. I
Right.
basically 10x. Literally, I 10x the business.
I love that. So if this is your first training here, we like to do things a little bit differently. We have a mix of some movies. We have a mix of some videos. There's going to be me talking, Chad talking, some whiteboarding. We bring it all together. So who are we? And I'm just curious. I know the music was playing, so I'm not sure if anyone saw this. I do see a few new faces here. So welcome. I know some of you I see you guys, you're amazing. And I'm so grateful that you're back. And all of our new people, you're probably like, who are these people? What is going on? Who are we to talk about coaches and transformation and be in this work? So let's just give you a quick backstory of who we are, why we do what we do. My name is Holly.
Chad.
This is Chad. We're my life partner, business partner, high five, everything partner. I absolutely love this man. We've personally worked with hundreds of coaches, helping them put together their coaching business we've been working with coaches for going on 7 years now.
Wow.
I know. We've both spoken on stage in front of thousands of people. We're 2 Comma Club earners. We've combined coaching over 20 years. We've both been in sales and marketing separately for over 23 years. That might be a little bit longer. I don't want to age me. I know it's all good. Total, we've invested over 6 figures in our own personal development and our leadership skills and in the modalities that we use. We don't just teach tactics. We are transformation coaches as well. I've personally healed, thank goodness, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but I have personally healed from complex regional pain syndrome. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. I was told I would never walk again. I then had some brain trauma. My nervous system was jacked. So I totally understand the trauma and the somatic releases and the things and how our body all works together. That's why I have such an appreciation for people who have dedicated their lives for transformation and dedicated their lives in helping other people with their health, with their mind, with their body, and really honor what it is that you guys do. So brain trauma, memory loss, PTSD, the whole 9. I've been in it. I've been in my own healing. I am so grateful for all of it because I truly believe that our mess creates our message, right? The tests are the testimonies. And here we are. And
We've been able to create this for ourselves.
our little
Having
movie.
freedom to travel, be with family,
This is our
create our
CEO. She's a little
own
bit bigger now.
and we've been able to impact thousands of coaches doing what we love.
Our income continues to grow as we do what we love in the service of people who love what we do.
So it wasn't always this way. And we haven't always worked with coaches. Chad and I have actually been online for about 13 years each. And so we have a little history. When we first got together, we actually met in a different industry, which was really cool. And we decided that it was going to be a really good idea when we first got together. I was good at funnels and systems, and I have been an operations director for a multi-million-dollar coaching company. I was a marketing vice president at another firm. Chad is a freaking boss when it comes to sales. And so we joined forces and we started this Done For You agency, and we literally worked with everyone. And I will tell you, it was absolutely miserable. It was not in alignment. It was not our sole purpose. And it led us to one of the darkest moments to date.
I'm curious, who's taking skills from a different age or like a different world, right? Like a past self, and then bringing it into what you're doing now. I'm just curious on who's in that realm.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So we have another story or movie for
It
you.
wasn't always this way.
So I'm from the future.
Can you
And
guys
this is
hear
our
the
past.
audio?
We
You guys hear the
discovered
video?
that I have no money for lunch, and Holly is sending her last $6 to
Yeah,
me.
give
so we
thumbs
can
up
buy
on the
one
audio. Can you guys hear the
sandwich
audio?
And split.
On top of that, we're living in our accountant's grandson's stinky room, working on our business nonstop. We weren't on our soul path, and things just started to fall apart.
Indeed.
So this is the thing. I remember going out for my birthday in 2018 with some friends, and Holly stayed at home because she was still working through her seizures. And I remember coming home, and she was in the middle of a seizure, and it was a rough one. Like it had been going on for a while. Usually she'll have one, and then I'm able to help her come out of it. But because I wasn't there, there wasn't anybody to get her out of it. So I came in, I'm like dumping CBD down her throat. I'm dumping electrolytes in her mouth, giving her mouth to mouth, all the things. And I remember her saying something that completely dropped my stomach. She said, "Where am I? And then who are you?" She had no clue who I was or where we were, and didn't know she had kids, didn't know what we did for a living, didn't know any of it.
And we didn't let that stop us because we're freaking bosses. So back up before I had that big seizure, I actually was having up to 12 seizures a day. And at that time we had an agency. So we sponsored this event. Here's our cool little logo sponsoring this event. We were so proud of ourselves. Like, we're going to do it anyway. And like, no excuses. And so we went to San Diego. I was literally in a wheelchair in this because I couldn't walk because of all of the things that were going on. And we heard something so profound by this guy named Steve Farber. And he said something at that event that transformed everything for us. He said, the whole thing of it was, do what you love in the service of people who love what you do. Do what you love in the service of people who love what you do. And we took that. We were literally working with knee pain doctors, construction workers, dentists, hair clinics, all of the things that I was not excited about. At that particular event, we had two of our clients there. One of them was a publicist, and one of them was a neuroperformance coach. The difference in the energy of what I saw, I loved getting on the call with our neuroperformance coach. I loved creating her systems. I loved helping her create the copy. I loved what she was doing. It fueled me. When I got off a call, I was excited about what we did. I couldn't wait to put this together and see her results. And the publicist, she was amazing. She's a great person. I think she's had a lot of transformation from when we worked with her, but she was very more about look at me, here I am. This is all on me. It was just a different energy. And we got really clear that we didn't want to work with the dentists or the construction workers or those projects that just did not light me up. But the neuroperformance coach, how can we work with more people and give all of our experience and our years of development and growth to be able to work with the people that are going to go out there and make a difference with other people? I am passionate about the world of transformation. You already know a little bit about our story.
Curious here, who here is doing what you love in the service of the people that love what you do? Who is who's working with clients that you're these people are freaking amazing. I love them. They're freaking awesome. They light me up every day. They motivate me to keep going.
I am just not enough yet. Not enough yet.
And
just need more clients.
The other side of it, who here is working with clients and you're I need to shift or narrow and kind of work out a better situation with your ideal client?
Starting to do that very soon. Awesome. So
Holly started
burnout
having
eventually caught up with
seizures,
me.
and we ended up moving back in with my mom. And Holly was fully convulsing on the bed and had been seizing for 20, 30 minutes. I'm dumping CBD down her throat. I'm giving her mouth to mouth. And then she wakes up. You hear? And she said something that completely terrified me. Who are you?
I'm really trying to figure out the pieces and pick up pieces of who I am and what I know.
She didn't know who she was. She didn't know she had kids. She had no memory.
We knew something drastic had to change. Life couldn't keep going the way it was going.
As she
be
healed and
aware,
worked with
Bridget.
functional doctors and functional neurologists, she wanted to get back into her business.
What we realized is no memory meant no limiting beliefs or
Like you're in
stories.
special
So
forces.
when I was
Pretty much.
relearning and learning about our business, I saw very clearly what had worked and what didn't work. It's how our entire quantum impact model was created.
So the reason and purpose of sharing all of this, again, our tests are our testimonies. Because of this burnout, because of these seizures, because of not working with the right people, we had a very trying time for quite a bit. And that time, literally, we're going to show you this model today. It blossomed everything for us. And we've been able to take this model and bring hundreds of clients through it. I'm like, my eyes are getting all watery. They do every time, because it's just powerful when you have something, when you go through, we all go through it, right? Nobody is exempt from the roller coaster of life. Not any of us.
Well, I'm curious, who here has gone through some shit, right? Like you've gone through some stuff, and maybe there's some lessons, maybe there's some frameworks, some models, some interest, some things that you have learned along the way that you can now package and be able to, or use in your messaging, in your stories, in your things when you're sharing to. Awesome, Fontana, exactly.
I was gonna
Right.
say that if I had to guess, that's why all of you guys are coaches.
Yeah.
Because you've gone through it and you've climbed up the mountain, and now you're like, I know the way. Let's come up this mountain together, right? So that's our backstory. That's why we do what we do. That's the main core of all of it. You're gonna see that model here shortly, but let's get started with the meat and potatoes, because I know our story is great, but you came here to learn for you. So I want to make sure that you get what you need as well. Fair? All right, so number one, how to have a step-by-step system to attract and enroll clients that you love using a heart community without cold messaging. I honestly do not know anyone who has been through what I have in life and is still here. Then you are here for a freaking reason. I know your story and it is incredible. And I'm so grateful that you're here. Don, by the way, I was like, where is he? When I saw you, I'm like, oh, there he is. So here are just a couple case studies. We just want to show, like, we're here, we've done it, we have case studies, working with people, we're continually growing and evolving, and I'm super grateful. So
You know,
this
when
is
I
Anthony.
came across you guys, you were, you know, my first impression was that, well, these guys are authentic, right? And they could teach me something. So like, those are the first two things, like you're likable, you're lovable, you're great energy, and you know what you're doing. I mean, you got my attention. And for me, as like a high performer, somebody who's coaching people about 20 years, there aren't a lot of people that I even allow to coach me, let alone, sign up for a little over a year's worth of work. And, to be able to commit the time and the dollars, it was a big commitment for me. So once I started listening to you guys and getting focused and niching down and really getting, laser on what my audience was for a couple of different programs I was offering at the time, it worked, right? Like I just did what you told me to do and, kind of melded that with my own personality. I wanted to be authentic. I didn't want to come off like a lot of the people that I didn't allow to coach me on social media. And so there was a lot of turnoffs that, you guys definitely you were the right coaches. I mean, I believe, my soul called you guys in as my soul coaches, and there's no mistaking, connection and energy. And that's where I thrive, right? So you guys had my best interest at heart. It was win for you, it was win for me, and it was win for my students. Because we found a great price point for a great program for the right time and the right offer. And it was just, everything just kind of came together. And like within a few days of making the first offer, I had my program filled.
I freaking love it.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the old way and the new way. Old way of marketing. You guys may have seen this or experienced this. There's still, for some reason, everyone hates cold messages and getting those messages of need appointment setters or whatever, but slamming your offer down everyone's throat. Old way, doesn't work. Hard pitching, cold DMing, having this one size fits all strategy, doing complicated funnels and ads, what we what we call the post and hope strategy, or praying for referrals. Like, please, I just need this client. I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm just gonna have faith that they're here and you get a referral. Proving yourself and having like a system where sales are hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrificing your health and the relationships around you. That is not anything that we are a fan of, nor do we condemn at all. Like, no, new way and using the heart community technique that we're going to show you tonight. It is leading with value. It is creating a movement. It is mission led. You are creating genuine connections with people. You are doing what you love in the service of people who love what you do. You have a clear path, our CCO is calling, a clear path that brings people who don't know who you are to realize that you are their coach, just like Anthony, like you guys are our soul coach. It is a way to naturally start conversations that don't involve pitching. This is literally building relationships, but having a process behind the relationship so that it can be consistent for you. Of course, he walked away when we're going to let's dive into the whole model. I will do my best to deliver. I am not as good a drawer as Chad is, but we've since called it the called coach approach. We're really working with coaches who know that they have a calling to do this work. Being in the transformation space as long as we have, I have learned that this space is a calling. Right? Not the average person can do what we do. Right? I want you to really get that. Okay, good. You came back. I'm like, I am not as good as drawer as you are, but I was going to do my best.
Huh.
So we're going to show you our whole method that we created while I was down, what we've been able to take so many coaches through. So let's head to the whiteboard, break this all down, and boom, boom.
Do it. I'm just curious from everybody that's here, who's seen this model, and who has not seen it yet.
I'm so glad you came back. I'm like, this is totally Chad's part. I would have rocked it though, because it's just who I be.
You got it.
All right. So ultimately, you've gotten very good at this.
Right?
Yes.
I'm always like, you know what? I'm gonna get on early and I'm going to start.
It's the whole thing.
So what does all of our clients want? And it's really, we've kind of become two things. It's abundance and really fulfilling your calling, right? And so we're going to call it abundance and calling and fulfilling your calling, and that's going to be in the middle of this. Thanks.
So abundance to us, what that looks like is a few different things, right? It's having the freedom to do what you love when you want to do it. If you want to go hang out, go travel, go be with your family, be able to have the life that you really have. I think freedom looks like something different for everybody. Having the impact. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you have time freedom, you have locational freedom, you have freedom to work when you want to work, when you don't want to work, freedom to work with what clients you want to work with and spend time with. You have impact. You have impact with clients. You have impact through your marketing. You have impact kind of through your whole processes. And then you have wealth with what does that look like? It's a contribution, legacy. Who's here now to make a contribution in the world? Like there's like the contribution you make in your programs and you're working with clients, but then there's let's make a ton of money so then we can give. We've had clients that have done two different things. We've had people give away. He just texted us back, Mr. Papa. He fills 10 people into a program or 9 people into a program, and then the 10th one is a free spot for somebody, a veteran. And then we have other people that have nonprofits that they take a percentage of their profits and then they give them to nonprofits. So who would love to make a huge check?
We have Operation Underground Railroad. That is one of our causes that we contribute and feel very strongly to support. So building that wealth and that contribution. In order to do that online, it is going to take a few different things. So we are going to break it down again so you can see the whole process. First, you get to attract your people to you. And then once you attract those people to you, then you get to enroll them. And I promise you, no matter what level that you are at, there will be a transformation within yourself at every stage of the game here. So even though, well, we all know we're transformation coaches and we get to be in the work even more so. So what it looks like to really attract people is we've broken it down into 3 different areas. Is one, having your messaging really down. We like to create, we call it impact messaging. It's like, how do we create our marketing in a way that is making a transformation and making an impact with people? I love my thumbs up thing. That are making a difference with people right from the start from our messaging. We're building a heart community and we're creating transformational content that's building our audience, our authority, and really help having us stand out from everybody else. Now to enroll, we're just gonna go through this real quick. We're gonna break it down later, but I just want to show the whole vision of what this is really gonna take. This, following all of this, and we don't guarantee results and all of the income disclaimers here, but if you have all of these in place, they will take you to multiple six figures within your coaching business. So the enrollment, having your True North program and having your offer that is really aligned to you. Having an, we call it the empowered client attraction pathway, having the pathway of like, okay, well, how does this work? How does this build consistency? Structure brings freedom. So having some structure within your business is going to bring you that freedom. Your client success, it's not enough to just attract and enroll new clients. It's making sure that they have a great experience and how to deliver that and how to be in their world and really make that transformation, and being able to even put that in a system where you're able to manage your energy and hold the capacity for your clients as well as your life. In the transform piece, we've broken that down a little bit. So we have what we call the momentum profit plan. This is literally a checklist of like, okay, do this, 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 and this every day. And when you do these things, you start building momentum. It's like you're saving time because you know exactly what you're doing. Boom, get it done, go live your life. The blind spots and alignment. So these are ultimately the reason why you don't have the things that you want in your life is really because there's some sort of, I refer to them as allergies and addictions, right? They're really trauma trigger responses of either something is going on energetically or within your body or your subconscious of like maybe past stories that you completely forgot about, but your body doesn't forget, right? You guys ever read that Body Keeps Score? Right? So being able to clear that resistance, clear those blind spots, be able to move through those so that you can be absolutely unstoppable in your mission and what it is that you're out to do. And then building this leverage. We put leverage and transformation because it really is a mindset of
Thanks,
how
Linda.
can you create this space where you can serve more people without burning yourself out. Right. So we're going to really break down today. You're going to get the heart community today. We're going to talk about the empowered client attraction pathway today. And we're also going to talk about the momentum profit plan today. So
Yes,
Let's-
who's excited?
sound good? Perfect. But we wanted to show you the whole picture. Like this is the everything. Because it's all necessary. And unfortunately, we don't have time
Welcome
to
all
break.
the new people.
Yes,
We won't shun you for being late.
absolutely not. I'm just glad that you're here.
Yes.
All right, so moving on. I kind of did this beforehand. So we're going to talk about really the heart community and being able to attract the clients that you love. So let's talk about a heart community and how it is different than just a regular Facebook group. So Facebook groups are a dime a dozen, right?
Who I'm curious, who here has a Facebook group that you use to potentially get like attract clients? Like there's like a community aspect of some sort. I'm just curious, and is it working really good for you, or is it like poop in the bed?
All right, I
Um,
know there's a little bit of a delay, so
Just started.
just started mine very recently. Perfect, you're in great
You're in the
place.
perfect place.
All right, so no interaction. I have two groups. I almost get none. It's not working.
Not working.
Mine has worked well in the past. Haven't set it up. Awesome. Yeah. So regular Facebook groups just started. You guys are in the perfect place. I love it. So regular Facebook groups is just really just another thing that you have to do, right? Like, ugh, I gotta go do a Facebook group. Came to this masterclass, Facebook group, right? And there's a ton of them. Like there's probably a gazillion of them opening up within every 5 minutes. So a lot of times it's not the first time that I've heard that I'm filling it up, but I'm not getting any clients from it. It's not working, like, or I'm just starting it. It just seems like there's something to do. You know, you start getting random spammers in there, like having to post all the time. There's like really no connectedness to it. There's no purpose or no process. It's like, oh, Facebook group, maybe I should have that. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that didn't work for me. There's a limit. There's a belief there that you may think that you need this huge group to be able to do something. There's some groups that have like 50,000, hundreds of thousands of people in them. And we're going to debunk that. You do not need a large group to make this work.
Yeah, I think it was like somebody just posted the other day that they had a group. It was like 10,000 people. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, and I was like, I wanted to shit on them. I was like, you should be doing like 100,000 a month. And I'm pretty sure she's not doing $100,000, 100 a month, 100K a month, probably more.
Yeah. So just like the coaches, the coach collective, we actually keep it slim. Like we go through there and we take people out.
Yeah. And so I don't think I've ever had a group more than 5K. And we've done over 2.2 million in our group. So hey, maybe.
Beautiful. So the heart community, it has a process and structure to it. The regular Facebook, there's no system or strategy. Hello, beautiful. Well, where'd you put it? Did you leave it downstairs?
Baby.
Maybe. Why don't you go look and bring it up, silly?
Let's go find it, baby. Let's go.
Okay, you can stay with me. We have a mama's girl here. How big is she getting? She's gonna be 4 next month, so she's getting big. All right, so the heart community, you can hang out with us, baby. It has a process and it has a structure to it. It's ultimately what we're doing in the heart community is you're not just creating a Facebook group, you're creating a movement, right? Like people are joining because they see a bigger vision, something that they can step into. It can be when you have the process of what we're going to show you, it's a way to bring potential clients from cold to enrolled, and it can be a genuine connection point for people. It can also replace a lead magnet and or a website. So a lot of people are like, I need my website. Well, you have a card community and it can be even more valuable. It can build consistent momentum. It can build consistent relationships, and it allows you to start this natural conversation that don't involve pitching or cold DMing. And it really nurtures long-term relationships. Like Don, he's been, I don't know, I know more than a year. Pan, you too, more than a Joyce. I think, all of you guys have been in our community here for quite some time, and I freaking love you guys.
Facebook community.
Yep. So heart community, why is this a heart community? Heart community stands for, watch what I did here. Human engagement, authenticity, relationship technique. Haha, heart community. Isn't that
Everybody
cute?
give her, give her the round of.
I really came up with that one. So it is built, it's leading with heart, it's leading with your authentic self, it's actually having human engagement. We are in a time where like, give me a bot and a machine to do all of the things. And here's the most interesting thing is that when you take a few moments to get into other people's world and not use a bot and a machine, you can actually get more results than the people who are using the bot and the machines to automate this. I've been, we've done multiple 6 figures in a couple different niches. And what I have found for each one of them is like, especially in transformation, people don't just buy transformation through robots. They want transformation because of who you are. Now we can use tools to be able to leverage and to help ourselves build these relationships, but ultimately it's through personal relationship building.
I love you, Charlie.
So much.
All
right, let's hear from John. He's like
Holly, just wanted to film
the
a quick video
epitome
for
of
you. So since working with
community
them,
building.
I've made it's not about the money. I've signed on many clients and I feel extremely fulfilled in my work. I'm doing the work that I love. Like literally every day I'm coaching people, the right people, and they're getting results. It's been about 3 months now since I've been having success with Chad and Holly in their program, and I've made about $29,000 to $30,000 in that time. We had a big launch at first, and then we kind of had a plateau, and now we're back on it. Now we're making lots of money on sales calls. All of our products now are $2,400 or more, and yes, all the sales are coming on the phone, which is one thing I was very resistant to, was making phone calls, sales calls, and now it's a breeze. Literally, we've closed our last 4 in a row. Like we're still on the hot streak. We've closed our last 4 in a row, and we're just attracting people onto our calendar who are the right fit. So it's just really good to grow Facebook groups by hundreds and hundreds of members, even thousands of members. For example, I've got 100 people in my group over the last day, and last week I had a day where I had 400 people join my group, all based on strategies I learned from Chad and Holly. Okay, so if you want success, but mostly if you want to do what I did, something that they did for me in the beginning was they gave me permission to work with the type of person who I wanted to work with. It's not that I need that permission from someone, but in that time, I actually felt like I did need that permission. It was extremely validating to hear them kind of grant me that permission to do the work that I want to do, but yeah, to work with the kind of person who I want to work with. And once I had that was at the very beginning of working with them. That maybe was what made the biggest difference. The strategies were good too, but yeah, that just really touched my heart. So I just feel that if you are a coach and you are having trouble signing on clients at the prices that you feel aligned with, and just maybe you're doing the kind of work that you don't even really want to be doing, that's where I was, right? I was able to get a certain type of client, but it wasn't for coaching and it wasn't what I wanted to be doing. And I transitioned to just coaching. Now I don't do any done for you services. I just coach. All my products, as I said, right now are $2,400 or $3,500. And we're getting clients for all of them. Okay, so I'm really enjoying this work. Thank you, Chad and Holly, for.
So he gives us credit for teaching him how to grow groups. I think he was actually pretty amazing at it before. But what we can take credit for is how to actually he make money from the groups, because he would build these big groups, but he could never get clients from them. They were just these communities and these amazing people. So it's like, so he was a Buddhist monk. I don't know if you got who knows John, anybody know John here? He was a Buddhist monk, and he I think he kept a lot of those like you know, habits of being a monk with the money and stuff. So we had to get through some money mindset stuff before he could accept dollars, right? And then he was trying to do things. He had a lot of resistance to getting on calls. I don't like to call it sales calls, but he called it sales calls. But it was really amazing because he ended up doing an extra $15,000 in 3 days after he did this video, which is really impressive.
And he's
So-
become a lifelong friend. He's
Yep,
super
and
good people.
he's went on to do like $80,000 a month in his coaching business. So he's freaking amazing.
So go, John.
Mhm.
Do we have did I go forward? Yeah, we did. Okay. All right. So the heart community is the way. I think we're all clear. Like, how do we do this? So how do we create this structured process to create the impact and the authority in your niche so that you can become the go-to in your industry? So when you have your heart community and is really set around a specific, like your movement, like I talked about in the beginning, it's like a movement is when you think about, you know, we could probably do a whole training on building a movement. But if you think about a movement, it's something that people want to be a part of. They feel it, they hear it, they're like, oh, yes, that's me. I want to be a part of this movement. I believe in it. I believe in what we're doing. It becomes something bigger than yourself, right? So you want to really position your community around some type of movement that people can really step into. And we're going to talk about the structured process that really creates that impact and that authority. So in order to do that, there's a few different things, right? I think we can all, your content is the way. Right, if you want to really build and establish the authority, it's going to be through the content that you create. So what you want to do here is you want to create a list of limiting beliefs that are stopping your potential clients from really getting the results that they want, right? So this is like a go get into a quiet space or turn on some meditation music or go walk in the woods, like go get into a space where you're not trying to think or figure this out, because when we try to think and figure things out, we're too in our head and it usually doesn't work.
Yeah, so this is the one thing you really want to look at is the things that are in the way of people getting the results like that they ultimately want, right? Like if you think where they are, what they're struggling with, what they're going through, and where they want to be. And there's like limiting stuff, like mindset, like stuff that's in the way that's keeping them from even implementing your program, right? Those are the things that we need to overcome or break down that resistance to in your content. You know, I like to talk about, and we'll show a video later. We have a client, Amber. She ended up doing she's actually has a record. So if anybody wants to beat the record, it's $138,000 signed in 6 weeks. It's probably less than that. Like,
Jonathan's gonna be there.
you think so?
Mhm.
Hell yeah, I'm excited. So our new one-on-one client is going to beat her. That's what Holly says.
Yeah.
So 138K in 6 weeks. But this is the thing. She had such a resistance to tech. I'm curious here if anybody has like hates tech and like resistance to tech, blah, blah, all that stuff. Okay. She had this to the point where she was an offline coach and was doing pretty well, sold her house, went nomadic, had to go do the old, you know, nomadic, be on the road, start to Zoom coach, which she'd never done. She literally lost 70% of her clientele because she didn't know how to coach on Zoom. And we were able to break through all that, get through and get her the structures and the things. And she did $138,000 and signed contracts now with 200. She started with 200 people. I think she ended up with like 300 people in her group. So you don't need the big group too. So it's another kind of limiting belief that that you need this big group or this huge audience to really have success. One of our things where a lot of times as we are targeting people, you know, you can make great money with us and don't need a big. I'm curious who has a big audience and who doesn't have an audience. Just kind of get an idea of where we are. Say audience, big or small. And so these are limiting beliefs that your content is handling these objections, building this like really thing, this like it's it's like really handling these things. 400 people, awesome. It allows people to hire you without, like, John talked about sales calls. And the reason his sales calls, he was going 4 for 4, is because if we handle all the objections ahead of time, then when people get on calls, they don't have objections. So it's really powerful. You just get on and they sell you on why they need you. And maybe they have the money and maybe they don't.
Yeah, so if you guys can hear our dog, there's some fishers and more dogs and stuff outside, so I apologize in advance. I'm dog
Oh, yeah,
people.
yeah.
So what you want to do is ultimately your program has a specific offer or a specific outcome that people hire you for, right? So if you start with that outcome and then get into the world of your client of like, okay, what are they going through? Why aren't they getting this outcome? Like, why do they need a coach to get the outcome that they're looking for? Those are the type of things that you want to start talking about and creating content around in your group.
Anybody have any ideas, anything popping up that jumps in your head? You're like, oh, this is something, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm curious on like what's kind of coming up for you.
I just kind of feel led to share. So I said we've been
Yeah.
formulating this technology or this technique for the last 10 years or so. So I was actually in the health industry because as I was healing my complex regional pain syndrome, I became just very passionate about holistic practices. And that was the industry I initially went into online. That's where I really started building heart communities back then. And again, that was like 10 years ago. So my process back then, I'll just share with you guys, and it's evolved since, is being in the health space. What I would do is I had a group, and once a month I ran a clean eating challenge. Part of this clean eating challenge is they got their grocery list, they got the meal plans, they got the recipes. And then for that first week of the month, I would be on there every day. We're drinking our water, we're doing the recipes together. I'm holding them accountable. It was like a mini week-long series of clean eating. And then at the end of that, and where I would kind of seed in, is I upsold them into working with me in a fitness challenge. Now I had complex regional pain syndrome, and so I did yoga and Tai Chi at that time, but I was doing my best to move my body, and I led people through. Eventually, this is why I left, because I started feeling some major imposter syndrome. But it was a great opportunity. I did get people that upsold into the fitness programs and to do the work. And I was like, okay, well, if it worked here, then it can work here. And then when I went into the industry, we've been literally using this technique for years. And why it's not old, I don't believe that building relationships, hold on, honey, is a technique that will ever grow old. There's new and old strategies in the old way and all of this stuff. Building relationships will never go out of style.
Mhm.
They just won't.
There'll be just new ways of building those relationships, right?
Yeah. So talking about these limiting beliefs that are stopping is one form of content that you can create. And we'll say like, that is what's stopping them from hiring you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're good things to know. So you also want to create content around your movement. So around the limiting beliefs that you listed, what we call problem awareness posts. Like, there are problems that your clients or your potential clients are going through that they may not even see what the actual problem is. For instance, I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be a hormone imbalance, that could be trauma, that could be a whole list of things that you can now start going deeper. Is there a certification to be a coach? There's a lot of
Lots of
different
certifications to be a coach.
Yep, absolutely. There's lots of modalities and different things to become a coach. Yes.
But you do copywriting, so you can coach people on copywriting. If you're been successful in copywriting, then you don't need a certification and that type of thing. They sell them, but you don't need them.
Yeah. But around transformation and stuff, I do recommend that you go through a modality and become
or health. Those things I feel like I need more training.
And I will say, I think I saw that you did affiliate. We actually met quite a few affiliate coaches. So there are people who consider themselves an affiliate coach.
Yeah.
It could be something.
For sure.
So problem awareness. You get to, when you help people become aware of what their problem is, they now look at you for the solution. Okay, so how can you bring up this problem awareness for people? Having social proof and testimonials will be super authentic because I'm here for you guys to really get something. You guys notice there's testimonials in this masterclass. If you're in our group, and I know we have some people on the live here, you've probably seen a lot of testimonials in our group, right? We're posting testimonials, we're posting problem awareness, we're talking about limiting beliefs, we're talking about the things that are stopping us. And then we have our proven process. So we've just showed you guys the model. And so now ultimately you breaking down and creating your own process of transformation and how you bring people through and be able to show that. So if you help people show the awareness of their problems and then show that you have a proven process along with social proof and testimonials, and you conquer the limiting beliefs that are stopping them.
Yeah, and you get super gangster when you can start having your social proof and your testimonials actually handle the objections for you. So if you ask the right questions and you can set them up to actually handle the objection. So like we have an audio, I think of Amber is like, hey, are you like some sort of tech wizard or something? And she's like, hell no.
I don't do tech. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So it's like if you get your clients to say that they were like, you know, there was some other things here. Like I'll just give you just a couple things here. So there was one that was like, I won't eat healthy because my family. Well, Terry, if you have clients that you've got
that their family won't eat healthier food. Yeah, that's a total limiting thing.
Yeah. So how can you have interview your clients that have overcome that, and how did they do it? Maybe there was some sort of cheat sheet or healthy eating tastes good recipe book or something that could maybe help you with that. Who knows?
Or if you have a personal story of getting healthy. I know when I started eating clean organic foods, my family did not get on board whatsoever. No, thank you. I literally ate like spinach and almonds. Like, it probably wasn't like that's just what it was. But now staying consistent with it, like my whole family understands. Like I've made an impact with my whole family and my health choices. Look at that. It is so cute. So maybe sharing like some personal stories or ways that you found that how you get to lead your family into an entire new lifestyle. I know after this, I'm gonna.
All right. So who wants a process? Like something that like this is what to do.
Show me what to do.
Show me what to do.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk about
Yeah. So this is what you really want to look at here is you want to be able to invite people to your community. So you can use it, like we talk about, you can use it to attract clients, right? You can actually use it as a valuable thing. If anybody ever see those promo posts in people's groups where they say like promote your business or whatever, and people are like, buy my program right now. And it's like, they go straight for the jugular. Well, I like to go, hey, I have a group, it's free. And there's a bunch of other amazing coaches in there. And I give a value of this is what they'll get from the group. So it's like, there's like a value piece of a community, of the heart community be set up correctly. And then you have a new member SOP. This is like, when you have a new member, do you just leave them to wander around your group and like not get, it's like they join and they get no attention. It's like having somebody come in your house and then just wander around. And then so welcoming them to the group, assessing to see what kind of challenges they're dealing with. Hey, my baby.
So I actually what I like to do is I think of it this way. If someone were coming to your house and knocking on the door and you let them in and then you just completely ignore them and go cook dinner and do the dishes and watch TV and don't even acknowledge that they're there. Right. So what I like to do, Chad and I, we do a little bit different things and it's perfect. I like to welcome them. I go to people's pages because I want to see what they're up to and who's in our group. And I'll scroll through a little bit and I'll see something. Just the other day, someone had the most adorable, like, I don't know what kind of dog it was, but my weakness is dogs. I'm just going to tell you right now. Some people it's chocolate, mine's dogs. And he just had the cutest dog. And I literally messaged him like, hey, just wanted to welcome you into Coaches for Transformation. You know, this is where I look and see what kind of coach you are and what you do in the world. But I'm so distracted at how adorable your dog is. That is a type of message that, of course, he replied back. He's like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, his name is blah, 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 blah. And haha, I've been coaching for the last 5 years. And he told me about his coaching business. Right. So I went and I looked at something on his profile and I found a common denominator that got us both excited, which was dogs. And that opened up the conversation around his coaching and why he was in that group. right? So when you're welcoming people and you're getting into their world and you're asking them a question like, if you have a health group and it's focused on health, tell me what would be something that could be really helpful for you being in this group, or what got you interested in coming into this health group? Is there something that's been going on in your life? Like, it opens up a conversation that you can have. And the more, like, I know it's not automated to go to other people's page and look at their profile for 2 to 5 seconds, but the payoff is huge. People will remember the person who's like, hey, here's a free gift, let's set up a call, I can help you, blah, 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 and go straight pitch, to going to see something on their page and relating to it and really connecting with that person. And then asking them a question. So, Pan, you are unconditional love. So if you work with relationships, asking a question of, how long have you been in a relationship, or something in there that starts the conversation. So from there, what it allows you to do is really assess where they are. And our job as coaches on the marketing and the sales side, the enrollment side, I'll call it enrollment. I think that's a more powerful word than sales. On the enrollment and marketing side, it's really to see what is it that we do, where are they now, and then how can we help them, right? And if you have a training that you have already made, maybe you don't have one yet, and you're like, haha, that's a great idea. I'm going to go do a live about that. This can be a great way, as you're having these conversations and assessing where people are, to give you ideas of new trainings that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so then you invite them to it, put them, everyone works differently in how they do this. Some people work really well in like literally writing a list of people that they've talked to and have had conversations with. Chad loves like using the search and just going through Messenger and having little keywords that he searches to follow up with people, but creating a system that you can then follow up from this conversation after they've watched some things, because you're ultimately warming them up, right? It is a very rare instance when someone who has never met you before goes into your group, first message, books a call, and then boom, they're a client. And I've found that when that does happen, I don't want to say it's not the most empowering thing for the client or for you. So I personally like if someone's like, oh my gosh, I just saw you, I love you, I want to join your program. I'm like, whoa, slow down. You don't even know me yet. Here's the thing. I want you to like watch a couple trainings, get like know us. I want to make sure that you're really aligned and like and then I'm all for it. Let's have a conversation and see if it's a good fit. So it's good to have some training. Let them see you live. Feel the energy a little bit. If you have a training, like if you've done a live already, that's where like guides are really great for communities. That's why I love Facebook communities over different platforms, is because you can create a guide. If you guys go in Coaches for Transformation, if you haven't gone to the guides section already, there is literally years of gold sitting there. So we'll just leave it at that. So, and there you can qualify and then you can book your call.
Yep.
So if this is helpful for you, I will say, if you want to pull out your phone, there's a cute little QR code that you guys can have this.
If you're watching this on your phone, don't do it.
Yes.
Stay
do it.
here.
Come back. We have the replay. It's in Coaches for Transformation Collective, and you can get this.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to distract you from the training, but I want to make sure like we're over delivering. So this is Amber.
Marketing myself. Social media, I knew nothing about creating funnels. I knew nothing about creating a webinar. And I was really oddly shy about self-promoting. And you guys taught me how to get over it pretty quick. And, you guys gave me all the tools that I needed to really let people know, like, hey, I'm not stationary, but I can still work with you. Since working with you guys, I've gained clients all over the country who like didn't bat an eye at the fact that I was virtual. And with working with you guys asked me the right questions that nailed down my perfect client. And then you talked to me about how to change my language and my voice to attract my perfect client. And the very next day after I created my group and I implemented those skills that you taught me, I had like 5 new clients within, I don't know, 10 days or something.
And they were just rolling in.
My biggest package is $33,000. It's an annual contract, and my engagement has picked up. My group went from 200 people, today it's 300 people, and it's only been 2 weeks. And my engagement went from being like, 48 to 55 people to like, I have about 185 people that are pretty active in the group now. Okay? If you're a coach, because that's what I am, so I'm speaking for my own industry. If you're a coach and you're wanting to gain clients and also live the life that you want to live, because as coaches, it's really easy for us to pour ourselves into everyone else and then we're like drained at the end, right? But if you want to live the life you want to live and you want to work with your clients, then these are the people that you need to talk to, because you guys have never, ever given me any kind of tool or anything that took away from me or, you know, what I needed to do. I mean, you guys have only given me things that have added. It's never subtracted. And that's one of the things that I've noticed over and over.
All right, so someone missed the QR code. I'll give it again real quick. Here you go, Corey. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, let's continue. All right, so the third one, creating a repeatable client attraction process so you can create consistency and really have that security.
I want to actually
in
do
your
something
business.
before, can you check your messages real quick? I want to drop a link, just if anybody's like, you know what, I already know that you guys can help. I already know that this is for, like, I want support implementing all of this. I'm going to drop a link so then you can book a call. This call is like, it's really just to see if we're a good fit. There's no sales, there's not, I don't even mention the price or anything on the call. So if you want to, you know, basically jump on and see if this is a good fit, here's a calendar. Just take when you click on it, it'll open up into a new tab, so then you can go ahead and book out.
There we go. All right, now to get back to where we were.
There we go.
We'll be back up here. All right. Let it put this in present mode and we are on our way. Present.
There we go.
I like to have the chat open so I can see you guys.
For sure.
So you want to have systems that create flow and freedom. So remember when I said, I'm going to give you guys all sorts of goodies, but I really wanted to over deliver so that you guys ultimately, is it okay if I over deliver a little bit and we're going to actually give you this for you to do and have? Okay, cool. I'm out for the experience of like, holy crap, they just gave all of this for free. Could you imagine what it's like working with us? We're actually in the process with our clients doing a 22 days for the love of enrollment, where every day we are giving them something to help them through the enrollment process. All right, so this is the Momentum Profit Plan. When you have a system that creates flow and freedom, you start having your life back. Freedom comes with systems. It was one of the hardest lessons that I've ever learned, because I love being in flow and I just want to create this space for myself and follow my intuition, and all of that is possible. And when you have a structure to be able to do it, it really magnifies your freedom and your ability. So this is literally, mine is very similar to this. I have transformed it a little bit because obviously that you get to do that.
Well, I guess let's just talk about that real quick, is in the sense of like, this is not going to be the same for you, right? Like when somebody goes through our program, we help them create a custom version of this, where you're doing this in a way where, because there might be replying to comments, you're like, no, not going to do that. That sucks.
I will say from the beginning though, and I've crafted, again, this is probably another 10 or 11 year thing in the making that I've created, having a checklist. And most of these things I think are important to do in the beginning, because talking to people and having these conversations are going to be getting into other people's world and seeing what really matters to them and makes a difference to them. And then you may find that is like, I don't like doing this. Okay, awesome. I know that there's another way we can create this in alignment to who you are. And I still suggest that you work and get in your messenger and the people in your group and start building the connections so you can see what you really want, because ultimately if it's not building relationships and having conversations in messenger, you got really, really good in your content.
Really good.
Really good. Yep. So with that being said, there's a QR code. I thought when you clicked on it, it would go straight to the bigger thing, but it's not working. So there's a QR code right there to scan that on your computer. You will get, it will go up to a training on how to use this that you can watch later on. Just have it like, put it on your phone and then put your phone down so that afterwards you have this, it's available. So ultimately what I do is I have set my day up, and you get to set your day up how it works for you. But for me, being a mom, I'm like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those are like the three main parts of the day, right? So if I can get some things done right after breakfast in the morning, boom, then actually that's when I go take a shower, is after I get some things done for the work. I go take a shower, I go get ready. Chad, our day is kind of structured now. Chad takes the baby to the gym so I can have some time to get some stuff done. Then I get, afternoon, she comes home, she went to mama, I'm going doing family stuff, we're getting lunch together, like taking a little break off of social media for a little bit, and then I'll come back, boom, 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 do this, done, back to the baby, going to live my life. If I want to go take a walk or whatever, if I'm actually in the process, we're getting another certification, so I'm doing some of my assignments and my work and my certification. Boom, come back, evening, after dinner, before I'm ready to get my baby to bed, boom, 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 done. Okay, cool. I'm going to get my baby done.
Yeah.
That is literally the system.
And a lot of
Dolcetti. I don't know. What is that? Where do you see that? Do I have a mistype?
well, I will say this is like, there's some of this and a lot of this, like when you get to a certain point and you're making a good amount of money, you can actually hire a VA, some sort of team, somebody that can actually support you with creating or with taking off some of this off your plate.
Absolutely.
So
I'm wondering, hold
keep
on
it
real quick
moving.
before this Pan asked a question, and I want to make sure, I'm pretty sure it works. That is what name came up for the QR code. Is that QR code not working then?
Just click on it.
Thought I tested it. Da-na-na.
Seems to use Trello or some project manager software.
We do for some of our content, but it doesn't have the checklist. I have my iPad, which is like a walking notebook for me because I'm one of those, I would have 100 notebooks if I didn't have my iPad. So I just load it on here. So if you go, it'll come up to a site. It should come up to a site that looks like this. And then you click that button and it will bring you to the checklist. So.
Last chance. All
Or
right.
you can take a screenshot. Awesome. So you guys, if you really take that on, and we're here to support you, to hold you accountable to this, to help you with your messaging, to help you with your content, to be able to create the movement, all of that stuff. This is part of what we do, right? So you work on this, like you will build momentum.
Oh yeah.
It's inevitable. Like I don't like making promises or guarantees, but you do this, test it, and you need help with the messaging and everything else. Let's have a conversation so we can tweak the whole process for you. You will gain momentum. So what we want to do is we want to go back to the called coach approach, and we want to do a little exercise that allows you to discover some things that may be missing in your business. What are areas that if you put your focus on, because these trainings, like this training has been amazing. You guys are an incredible
Yeah,
group.
let's
The
actually do
energy
this
is
real.
amazing.
Yeah, what I want to do, I want to check in is this been valuable for everyone? Are you guys learning a lot? Is it awesome? Feel free to drop in just let us know. Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Just wanted to check in on that. Awesome. So as we talked about the abundance, everybody here is out for abundance and really fulfilling your calling. It's what we're really out for. And the three things: freedom, impact, wealth. As we kind of explained it, let's talk about kind of what this looks like, the whole deal. But we want to rate yourself. So who's down to actually like take a introspective look at your business, like really look and see like what's missing or broken, or because we just jumped into a fraction of what we do kind of in the total, right? And so we want to look at everything and really assess. So who's down to really do an assessment and jump into your business? Do. That's all.
I know there's a little delay.
All right, there we go. Not that far along. Yeah, of course.
Not yet. Powerful language.
Got it. All right, let's do it. All right, the number one thing we're going to look at here is impact messaging. So what we want to look at, there's really three areas of impact messaging. There's really getting clear on what we call a micro niche. That's a very specific who is your specific client and what's the specific result that you help them get? Where are they? Like, so these are some of the aspects of impact messaging. And then like the actual messaging. How is your messaging to them? Like, could you, if I pulled you out right now and I said, what do? You could go do, and just rip off like, this is what I do. This is who it's for. This is exactly how it all works. Like, and really just clearly, like I was on a call the other day and somebody was like, what do you do? And I'm like, or what is your mission? Is to empower 3,000 coaches that are called to make a deep impact in the world to fulfill that calling. You being able to create client attraction systems, package your programs, and get your blind spots out of your way and create your whole business in alignment. I was like, boom. They're like, damn, you've been practicing that. Yes, I have. So it's like how on a green being like you're nailed your messaging, you know who your niche is, very specific result, very specific person, know where they are, and your messaging is very, very, very clear to them. That's green. Yellow is like maybe not exactly clear on the niche, or you're not sure exactly where they are, or maybe the messaging isn't like landing, isn't really attracting and enrolling client or attracting clients.
And if you're a newer coach, play along anyway. You may surprise yourself.
Yep. And then red is got nothing. Like you're
And we'd love to hear this too in the chat. So let us know. This is again, we're with you. We're not at you.
Yep.
Yellow, clear on niche and working on finding it. Awesome.
Awesome. All right, let's drop.
Let's keep going, and we'll work with the delay.
So our community, as you stand today, green being like, this is super clear. I have this, or I have this process down, or like I'm rocking. I have everything that you guys talked about. I have it implemented. We're rocking. And how I like to say it is are you getting engagement and are you getting clients from your community? If you're getting both of those, that's green. If you are maybe getting engagement, but you're not getting clients yet, or maybe you're getting clients, but you're not getting engagement, that would be yellow. And then red is, maybe you don't have a community yet, or you're not getting clients and no engagement. No engagement from my community, but just clients by other various means. Gotcha.
Awesome. So probably yellow there.
Green on problem solving. Just
I'm looking at marketing and building relationships. Perfect. Yellow.
Good
Burnt
job.
orange. Yes.
burnt orange.
And we get a couple different colors sometimes. Sometimes blue comes up. Don't ask, but if you're blue, you'll know.
Blue is somehow between yellow and green.
So our audience builder, this is really your content. It's like, how are you creating your content in such a way that it's attracting new people? You're building your audience, right? You don't need a huge following to grow and to have results by any means. And you do want to have a process that you are building your visibility and you are building your audience. So if your content, if you find that you're getting new followers, you're getting new friends, people are joining, you're creating content that is engaging and people want to join your programs from them, that would be a green. A yellow is like, I'm posting whatever comes to my flow and it's okay. I'm getting a client here and there. What do you guys have to say?
Yeah, so it's really like, is your content impactful? Are you getting engagement? And are you getting clients? So that if you're getting all three of those things, that's a green. If you're getting maybe no clients from, but you're making an impact, maybe you're getting engagement, that would be like a yellow. And like if you're putting content out and it's not getting engagement or clients, that's a red.
Awesome.
Moving on to enrollment. Got it. All right. So True North program. What is a True North program? True North program is a leverage signature program, something that can do three things. It can make a deep impact with a bunch of clients. So it can handle a bunch of clients. You can charge whatever you want for it because it sets itself apart from the market. It's like a valuable, really impactful and a valuable program. You're not having to teach in it because maybe there's aspects of it that they go and learn in other places. So price, you can charge whatever you want. It can handle a bunch of clients and it's making a deep impact. That is a green. Yellow is maybe
I would add to that is a True North program, hence the name True North, is your heart. Right? You guys all have a True North program within you. It's all your modalities. It's the process that brings people through to the outcome in their transformation, and being able to have that leveraged in a way that you can handle a lot of clients without burning yourself out and holding the space for them.
Yeah, it's good. So yellow is maybe it's making an impact, but maybe you can't handle, like you couldn't handle, if I said, I have 5 clients for you, you would probably a little bit overwhelming, or 10 clients or 20 clients, like it'd be.
Pick your number. If it's not 5, 10, 20. Oh,
Yeah. So
that's where the bottleneck is.
yeah, you just look at what that looks like. And then red is, maybe you're doing per session. You have to have, I remember having a conversation with somebody that was like, they have like 40 clients. It's like they have, overwhelmed with 5, right? So that's maybe a yellow situation. Red is if you're doing per session. I had a person that was like, they had 40 clients, but they're barely making like $5,000 a month. I'm like, how? That doesn't make sense to me. So
Being able to structure that.
So the Empowered Client Attraction Pathway, this is really being able to take people from content to conversation, to qualification, to book call, and then having people sell you instead of you selling them. So it's like they're coming to you instead of you having to go to them. Green is like you have a process, you have qualifying questions, you know how to connect to people and be able to build a relationship and be able to turn it from connection to qualification, and then being able to turn that qualification into a book call, and then turning those book calls into clients. That's a green situation. And this is actually one of the biggest breakthroughs. We just talked about our client, Jonathan, that's just crushing it. Is he didn't quite have this process down. He was rocking. He was doing well on his own, right? $10,000 to $20,000 a month, high end. He just did $25,000 just adding this aspect in the last week and a half. So it was been a huge jump in his business. And then yellow is maybe you don't have a really clear process, or it's not a consistent, you're just kind of, but you are able to have conversations with people and book calls and be able to do all that. Terry, love to reach chat and see where you're at and see how we can support you. And then red is you don't have a process to connect with people or qualify, or really your sales process isn't really there. All right, moving on. True North delivery success. This is really the client results. So we're really looking at how long people stay with you. So when you get a client, do they stay a long period of time? Do they then maybe upsell and buy different programs, or keep on moving up if you have a value ladder of some sort? So it's like they stay and then maybe potentially go up your value ladder. And they're really just getting the transformation. People are getting amazing results in your program. They're getting the results that they came for, large.
Yeah. No, I'm laughing. I'm kind of chuckling at Mike. Just comment. I have a bad habit of connecting with people, trying to sell them and then getting sold by them instead. I'm getting the wrong prospect. I will say that the first step to creating sales and having sales is a good salesman loves being sold to. And that's totally okay. So just a few tweaks there.
Yeah, and it's really about how do you build your audience with people that need what you do, and you're not.
And being able to flip the script when you get sold to. And
Yeah.
there's going to be conversations where you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Like,
So yellow is really maybe that they get great results, but they don't stay long periods of time. They get good results, but they're not moving up into higher programs, that type of thing. And then yellow or red is your clients aren't getting great results and they're not sticking around.
yeah. And that yucky R word and
All right, momentum profit plan. Has anybody ever said, I'm going to rock today, and you end up waking up at 5 p.m. going, holy shit, I didn't get anything done? The momentum profit plan is the solution for that. It is step-by-step process so that you can get everything that you want done in your business like regardless if you have a ton of things going on, right? How I showed you the process, it's being able to create that custom kind of like really in alignment to you and your business and exactly how that thing so green is like you're so dialed in that you're rocking your business 2 hours a day and then going to the beach or going to spend time with family or whatever. Yellow is maybe you're spending 4 hours a day, but then you have a good balance in life and being able to get things done, and you're getting most of the things done that you want to get done. And then red is like you're just you're like an ADD master, where you have like you're like I don't get anything done, and there's no focus, there's no system, there's no structure to your getting things done.
Which may or may not be why I created that in the first place.
Yes.
Not for me, of course.
Perfect. All right. So alignment and blind spots. So green looks like this, where you're just rocking, moving forward in your business and you're crushing it. There's no like resistance. There's no like, you're kind of on the right path. And so you're in alignment, and you're not bumping against invisible situations that are stopping you. Maybe there's an upset, but you're like, boom, I'm like, you're shifting it and then just moving, right?
I'm gonna actually put a new light on this because
go for it.
again, I'm working on a certification that I am so excited. We've already got permission to start working within our clients through this. Is ultimately, even in high performance. So I know that you guys have tools to be powerful leaders and to work through blind spots and things that come up in your life. And a lot of times we work really hard. Like we can work really hard. We can put in all of the focus. We can do all the things that we need to be doing. And then if the output of all of that is not on a return, like we're not getting that back. You're in a direct message, just so you know.
Oh,
and a lot of times what happens is it's not your work or what you're doing. There's a trigger response within your body that is preventing you from having the things that you want. So if you're putting 100% effort in and you're getting 10% back, then most likely there is some sort of something going on within your nervous system and your subconscious that aligning and neutralizing the triggers and trauma responses that we have within our body and aligning it to the outcomes of what it is that we want, and doing this in a way, every single one of us have gifts and who we are, how we work best. So being able to align to your gifts, you're working in your genius points, and being able to have tools that if you are going out there and getting full force and not getting back, then most likely there's some sort of misalignment or blind spot that you're not able to see yet that is preventing you from getting those.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you define green?
So green would be that you have a tool to be able to rewire your nervous system, come up with all of the blind spots and the resistance. Like you take on the resistance and the triggers, like we call it, you be the buffalo. We have a thing in our community, like be the buffalo, take on the triggers as transformations, and you know how to work within your nervous system and your subconscious and start moving that away. That would be green. If you know your gifts and you know like what you're really good at and you're highlighting that in your business, that would be a green. If you're a yellow, maybe you're doing a lot of the things that you're good at, you're in your genius points, and like sometimes like, we're human and you get knocked down, but maybe it takes you.
But then you get up again.
We always get up again, but maybe when it takes a little bit to get back up again. And
Anybody else sing Chumbawamba?
I love you. So, we get to go through the triggers and the traumas, and it's the time that it takes us to get back up and how it affects our business. If we have like a lot of the emotional attachment, or we stop showing up on social media, we disappear for a week or two. That's probably a yellow. And if you're a red, it's like, dude, I don't even know how to, I don't know. I'm not workable. It's not workable, right? The emotions are crazy. Things aren't working. And then you start feeling like a failure. It's red equals hot mess. And there's nothing wrong if you're a hot mess. The first step is awareness, and it's all good.
Exactly.
So that's how I would rate those.
And there might be some work to do before you're really going full force. It's like, if you are like, I'm a hot, like some people
always
just
work to
have
do.
high, yeah, there's always.
I'm a hot mess sometimes. It's totally
It's
cool.
true.
But I have tools, so I can be a hot mess and then I can be good and have my hair done by noon. It's perfect.
Love
Love it.
I love it.
All right, so let's keep moving with this, because I do say we said an hour and a half and we are a little bit behind here. Sometimes we do that and we don't need to. So let's keep going. So leverage is you know, not wearing all of the hats. So if you are red, you are doing all of the things. There's no VA, there's no team, there's no leveraging any systems, and it can be very
No
overwhelming.
email marketing, no talks, no systems, no nothing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yellow is like, oh, I have a Calendly link. I'm getting there.
Yeah, maybe even a VA part-time. And then yellow, or excuse me, green is like you have somebody maybe doing customer service, maybe you have support coaches or facilitators, maybe you have like automation running different platforms, all that stuff. Who's still checking in here? What are our colors so far? So really wanna, how is everybody doing? Also, Mike, just to answer your question is if you're running a different type of business, it's like we ultimately need to create the momentum profit plan for whatever business it is. So standard operating procedures. We need
And if you're an ADD red to get to a green happy place, sometimes it means taking breaks. It's like going down and getting a drink of water and like
timers.
following the flow. Like there are some times where I don't want to get up because I'm in my focus, and do not bother Holly when she is in a creative focus flow. I will sit and create freaking magic. And then there's days where I'm like, I don't know. Then I go and I walk in the woods, or I go take a walk. I go do what I need to do so that I can come back to my focus. So hopefully that.
Yep, definitely.
Awesome. So as promised, here we go. We are here. And ultimately there's two ways that we can go from here. So one, you can keep going the hard way, keep doing what you're doing, do it alone, the old school way that we talked about. Or there's a clearer way. We can go at it together. That's in alignment with your gifts, and show you some ways that you can start rewiring and removing that resistance that comes up. If you have an aligned process, we can clear your blind spots and have the freedom, impact, and wealth that you know that you're called to have. Thank you, Susie. So what would it look like? Would you guys like to see the clearer way? Anyone?
Who wants to see it?
Yeah. I love you, Don. Awesome.
Man,
Let's
that
hear
was
from
such
Joy
a
real quick.
mess. I like cried on my sales call and everything. I was like, I just need help because I've been a single mom with 3 kids and I don't have other options. So I'm like, it's either like I have to make this work or I don't know, we all crash and burn or something. Yeah, I started out, I mean, I was doing okay-ish. You know, I was making like enough money, barely, but I really wasn't making the impact that I wanted to make. And I needed someone to hold my hand through the process because quite honestly, there's a lot of free stuff out there. And I was like years like trying to fill the gaps with all the different ideas, but it was just completely overwhelming me and hurting me because I wasn't really able to hone in on anything. So when I got into the program, the first couple months was like my brain was just expanding with this track. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, ADHD brain, like entrepreneurial ADHD, you're kind of all over the place. Oh, I could do this and that. And this is like, no, we're buckling down and we're doing this for the next few months. And that was really probably the most monumental, powerful like shift besides the energy portion of it that you bring, Holly. And I came in thinking this is about my business and then got a lot of personal transformation and support, which I did not expect. So it's really holistic. And I think it took me a few months before I hit my first 5-figure month. But in the first month, I did have a 5K day. So that was exciting. And then that started becoming more regular. Probably almost everybody's is going to be money. And I'll just say that if you all don't have, or where I was before, like I said, single mom, no financial backing, I got to make this happen or else. However, I also was in business for 2 years before that and wasted a lot of time trying to figure out the processes myself. And I could have been making money the whole time, like the kind of money I really wanted the whole time, if I had just been like, okay, I'm going to take the leap financially, but I didn't for so long. So that's probably my one regret, is not just spending the money first. I made my money back in the first few weeks.
I'd love to see you grow.
Thank you so much.
All of like
Complete
I love it.
transformation.
Yeah.
So here's your invitation. Let's jump on a call and see if it's a good fit for us to support you. So we'll go into where you want to go, where you currently are, and what's in the way of you getting there, because we all know that clarity is half the battle. So towards the end, we'll make sure that we're all aligned. And if we are, then we'll schedule a second call and go much deeper and see if you're a good fit for the called coach, which is ultimately the way that we get our clients results. So the truth is, one training, although it has been incredible, it isn't enough to overcome all the challenges that you'll face going it alone, like feeling like you should be further ahead or making more income but not more profit, or feeling like this is harder than what it needs to be, or burnout or untapped potential, not excited about your business or being frustrated because you have all these pieces and you can't put it together, or unable to attract your ideal clients, or feel like you're spinning your wheels, feel like you're not fulfilling your purpose, or knowing what to do but not taking the actions, or feeling like there's this invisible block that is stopping you. So the Called Coach is a premium coaching program that helps you fulfill on your calling as a coach. We guide you as you craft and execute your custom client attraction process. We extract all your gifts and your modalities and help you package it into your custom True North program. We help you find clarity around your niche, your messaging, strategic content strategies that are in alignment to your soul gifts. We have experts, we're here to analyze with you the pieces of your marketing, your messaging, your sales conversations to make sure that you're getting the results that you're out for. We answer your questions, we give specific guidance and create custom plans for you. We walk you through any limitation that you might face in your business or your life that come up and support you on a mindset, body, and a soul level. We help you identify, redefine, and shift any blind spots or resistance points that will just naturally come up as you grow on a full body, mind, and soul level. So these are some of the things that you're going to get within the Called Coach. So we get to do a group alignment and a custom marketing plan. I don't know what the value, I have the chat. Here we go.
Ah, there it is.
You can tell that, so the value, 2,222.
My session with you, Holly, has been amazing.
Quick testimonial about
I
my sessions.
didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be something good and special and something I haven't experienced before. It really felt like something that I've been needing for a very long time, and especially now, without really knowing exactly what it was. And it really, I've come away with this incredible feeling of being more self-centered than I have been in years. And the clearing has really worked. And it is this huge energy shift that I may have come to by myself, but I don't know when. It could have taken me months, years, or maybe not at all. And here, just in this short period of time, so many things that have been niggling at me and holding me back feel removed. And instead of feeling heavy and burdened by them, instead of letting them dictate me with their negativity, I now feel light as a feather and I feel free. And I feel my session with you, Holly, has been
Kinda went on
amazing.
replay there, but-
On a loop?
On a loop there, that was weird. So I just want to say that she has gone on, we just talked to her this morning. She went from like 50 followers on Instagram to now at around 15,000.
5,000.
Oh,
But
5,000?
it's TikTok that's like
TikTok went from like 1,000 to
like
she-
100.
Oh, she was at 100?
Yeah, to 18,000.
Let me get the guy who has the right numbers. So talk about what can happen when you remove some blind spots and resistance points. So what would it be worth to you if you completely shifted? Let me take this. I love you guys and I want to see what you guys have to say. I'll check it in a minute. What would it be worth to you if you completely shifted the way that you run your coaching business, fulfilled on your calling, and had a multiple six-figure coaching business because you created in your soul alignments and you're able to genuinely attract your soul clients because of it, because you receive the tools and the support to let go of any of those resistances at a full body level, align your nervous system and your subconscious on the same page to really start building that momentum. And because you're able to take all of your modalities and create more leverage and scalability while still being authentic to your true self. Because you have a community, support, and experts who have done it. They understand the strategy, the energetics, and alignment, and understand coaches and the industry. I'm going to add that to guide you along every step of the way. Why did this go to the beginning?
No idea.
All right, we're going to see if we can.
Technical difficulties. Recap on everything we
Yeah.
did.
Yes. All right. So some of what you get in the Called Coach, we have a group alignment and a custom marketing plan session. And we also do weekly momentum and mentoring calls with us. So we have a call twice a week, 2 separate calls a week, one around momentum and one really around mentoring, messaging, looking at your messaging, looking at some of the conversations. How can you move this ahead? So just direct access to us to Microsoft Moments. There we go. So that's a value of $5,555.
Yeah, I agree with everything Bethany said, and I love how, like, I feel like this community sort of just matches my vibe, and it, like you said, it just kind of happens naturally when we're all your perfect clients. But I've been in other groups before where it's a lot more cookie cutter. It's more like, you know, everything has a lot of rules and you got to wait your turn. And you guys are just like, what do you need? You know, do you want to get on a call? Let's get on a call. It doesn't have to be, you know, such a regimented program. And it's just the way that I like to work. And I think like everybody just seems like happy, good, like energetic people that we all kind of vibe together. And it comes from Chad and Holly. And so thank you.
Thank you.
Quit going backwards.
Yeah,
All right. So on top of the group alignment and the custom marketing plan session, on top of the weekly momentum and the mentoring call with both of us, there is a bi-weekly live cellular alignment energetics call with me. So what we do is we either pick a topic or I find out through the week some of the things that are really getting in the way of our clients, and we'll create a cellular alignment, which is ultimately working with your nervous system, finding the resistance points, redefining what your subconscious says about these things. It's a very powerful technique that has just transformed a lot of people's lives. So that is a very powerful call. We're valued at $7,777. On top of the group alignment and the custom plan session, the weekly momentum and the mentoring call with both of us, the bi-weekly live cellular alignment and the blind spot support with me, we also have a full modules of the Called Coach program so that you can learn a lot of this stuff at your own pace. Put it on your headphones, go for a walk. I'm all about walking. So here's just like a quick, we have workbooks in there that walk you through the whole process. We have a whole library of things that pick what you need, where you're needing support. Is it the attract side? Is it the enrollment? Is it the program? Is it the planning? We have some alignments that are pre-done. There's a breath work library in here. There's all sorts of resources through that. So the group alignment and the custom planning session, the weekly momentum and the mentoring call with us, the bi-weekly live cellular alignment blind spot supports with me, the full Called Coach program modules to learn at your own pace, which is valued at $9,999, the community of powerful and supportive transformational coaches, so you never have to feel like you're doing this alone.
Go high level. Done.
Yeah. And the value of that is $5,555. We have all sorts of support and additional trainings and stuff that we do in the community that only the community gets. So this is our group, our paid group. And then again, like right now we're doing for the Love of Enrollment Challenge. It's literally every day there's tips, there's frameworks of creating content, having enrollment conversations. So we're always adding value into the group as well.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we give you in our program. We'll get.
Where you go?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, say what you were going to say.
Oh, Dan was talking about go high level.
Oh, yeah. So we were like, all right, how can we really give you and help with everything that it is that you need? So you don't have to go and join a gazillion other programs and a bunch of other softwares and tools, right? So ultimately, accountability is a huge one. Like we just gave you that sheet. Awesome. Accountability is a source of transformation, right? Transformation happens in accountability. So on top of the group alignment and the custom marketing plan session, the weekly momentum and mentoring call with us, the bi-weekly live cellular alignment blind spot support with us, the full Called Coach program modules to learn at your own pace, the community of powerful and supportive transformational coaches, so you never feel like you're doing this alone. We do a daily accountability call. We start the day with an accountability call. Everyone hops on. We talk about our wins, what we're doing, hold each other accountable, and have a whole process through that. Also, what is it like having all of your tech platforms? This is what you were just, is it Mike that asked that question?
I think it was Dan.
Ah, Don, got it. Okay, sorry, I'm making sure
He's direct messaging us, so nobody's seeing it.
Oh, okay.
We
Cool.
look like we're crazy.
Got it. So having all your tech platforms like funnels, your autoresponder, your emails, your calendar, your website hosting, your membership platform, it's all in one place. The templates are created. That's the same funnels that helped us get this. If you don't know what this is, even though I know it's a ClickFunnels thing, we had our 2 Comma Club, which means we've done over 7 figures with a funnel. We now have actually switched to go high level, and now we're
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell Russell. He'll
Love the community. They're
Don't.
amazing.
don't want him to punch us.
So I will say this is a very legit thing. We have people who pay us $50,000 to be able to do this whole process for them. And if you put all of the costs of what all of the tools together, it is around $600 a month. And we will give you an account with the templates. We do not do it for you unless you want to have that conversation. Otherwise, to pay for all of this separately is around $600 a month. So we have included as a bonus the daily accountability call, and then also the system for all your funnels, the membership, the calendar, the email, every tech system that you need. And if you put that all together, that is a value of $7,200. We include in this membership at no additional cost for you.
Mhm.
So it is said that experiencing a live event can be truly.
Who loves live
Yeah.
events?
Do we have any event people in here? Me.
Woo!
Yes. I'm so excited. So it always allows you to connect with the speakers, other attendees in a way that is just not possible through a screen. The energy and the atmosphere of a live event cannot be replicated, and it can leave a lasting impression long after the event is over. Which is why, dun dun, you get the daily accountability call, the free system for all your funnels, the membership, the calendar, the email, every tech system that you need, and a ticket to our next live event, which is coming up very soon. April.
Middle of April.
Are we doing? Is that when we're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm like, I know that's the day, so I'm like, we're doing an alignment. So come join us. We're going to Florida. So we'll be in Orlando, Florida, April. So the details will be coming out for our clients soon, and then opening that up as well. So it's actually Chad and Charlie's birthday. So come help celebrate with us. That would be phenomenal. It's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. And there's going to be lots of transformation and hands-on work there. I'm pumped. So a goal without a plan is just a wish. And Frank. That being said, what did we? Oh, okay. So a daily accountability call, the free systems for all your funnels, the membership, the calendar, the email, every tech system that you need. You get a ticket to our next live event, and we also do a monthly specialty event. So that looks like right now we're in the 22 days of For the Love of Enrollment. We have done a masterclass or the virtual event blueprint. Like we really literally mapped out how we created this masterclass, our framework of how we create live events. We've done 30 days of influence work. So there's always something special and something different that is happening within our group. Next month, I can't tell you what it is yet, but it's going to be
secret.
really good. But we always have something that is going on in our group. Keep things spicy, keep things fresh, keep you
I would say,
excited
first of
about.
all, every coach
being
needs a
here.
coach. I teach that to my own coaches, and I've worked with a lot of coaches and they've all been great. But one thing that you're going to find missing most often, always for me, until I met Holly and Chad, is the systems piece of it. You'll receive the coaching, you'll receive the healing, which all coaches bring, right? That's our intention in life. But you get to learn how to create systems in a way that brings and attracts your people. And I have been looking for that for a very, very long time. I've been a coach since 2010. And I've always said I just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall. And while I have a successful business, and I'm super grateful that I do, I am learning things that I wish I would have learned anywhere along the way. And I'm super grateful. This is not easy to come by.
I know
This is
for a fact that I'm in the right place. And I'm not saying that for anyone else to hear or to project some sort of image. I know I'm in the right place. I did in the first place, but even more so now, I almost feel even more raw than I was before. And there's a sense of freedom that comes with that. But like, I feel you. And I can so appreciate, not just because you said your story is just like mine, but I can feel that you lived it too. You know what I mean? And everybody that you draw in is because of your light. Everyone. And so I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. I feel like my ego is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and my light is brighter and brighter being a part of this. I do. So I want you guys to know that you do have that quantum impact. You do.
We get real in our group. So the total program is the group and alignment and custom marketing plan session valued at $2,222. The weekly momentum and the mentoring call with Chad and I both valued at $5,555. There's a bi-weekly live cellular alignment and blind spot support with me, which is $7,777. the full called coach program, the modules to be able to learn at your own pace. There's a value of $9,999, a community of powerful and supportive transformational coaches like yourself, so you never have to feel like you're doing this alone, which is really priceless, but we had to put a value at it. So $5,555. You get daily accountability calls with us every single morning. That is $9,999 in value. A free system for all of your funnels, your membership, your calendar, your email, every tech system that you need is a part of this at $7,200. Our ticket to our next live event, telling you it's going to blow. I'm so excited. You will not leave the same person, at a value of $25,000. And our monthly specialty events, which we shift up and switch every month, there's something new. And that's $3,333 of value, which brings a total of $76,640 of the Called Coach program. The bad news is that because of our obsession to maintain our results and the sheer volume of people that are trying to get in here, we've moved this program to, it is an invite only. We protect this community fiercely. We want high vibe people who are self-leaders, ready to do the work and ready to really take this on and make this happen in their life. So we want to extend this invitation to you and send it to the people that we're certain are going to crush it and really add to the results rate, and ultimately that you're fulfilling on your calling. So with that being said, I will say that it's not $76,640. And I'm going to invite you again to hop on the call. I'll go to everyone. There you go. And we'll go into where you want to go, where you currently are, what's in the way of getting there. And then towards the end, we'll make sure we're all aligned. It's a good fit for everybody. Everyone is like excited, like, let's go, let's do this. And then we'll schedule a second call and go even deeper and see if you're a good fit for the Called Coach. Got anything? I'm on a roll doing it.
Yeah. And if you're, so this is the thing, if you're on the fence of like, am I a good fit? Am I not? Let's book the call and have the conversation. It'll be worth it. It'll be super valuable. If you're really not sure, if you're like, oh, I don't know about the blah, 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 and I don't know about this, and I don't know, whatever, shoot me a DM and we'll have a conversation and just, you will squash and like get it out of the way. We'll just figure out if it's a good fit, but go ahead and book the call. If you're somebody that is called, like you have this calling to make this impact on the world, and you know that now is the time to really make this impact, and book the call and we'll see if it's a good fit.
Awesome. So just a little frequently thing, how long does it take to get results? Like, so ultimately we start working on the low hanging fruit. All of you guys have some sort of fruit that we can look at, like where's clients now. We'll do your session, you'll have your custom roadmap, and you know, ultimately we can't guarantee or promise. Everyone is so different, but our commitment is to give you everything that you need to go out there and take action. Any resistance that comes up, we will work through the resistance together. And we've had clients get results in the first 2 weeks of working with us. So all that said, I hope you're as excited as I am, because this will truly be a life-changing call for you. So Chad has dropped it there. Again, I just went QR code friendly here like crazy. Make sure you guys had easy access. Go ahead and you can take a picture, and that will come up with a calendar as well. So on top of that, you guys, I really honor your time. I do want to acknowledge that we have gone over than what we said we would. So we are working on being able to present and give you incredible information and have it be truly transformational for you to go take action in your business. We look forward to talking with you guys as you book a call. And with that, bon voyage, my friends. This has been an incredible experience. I so honor you and what it is that you're up to in the world. And we will see you next time. Any last guiding words of wisdom?
No, just, I guess really just how the calendar works. Click the link. Pick the time, fill out the questions, and hit submit.
Yeah, I love that. It does not feel like it's been that long. Time flies when you're having fun and it's a good vibe. That's how it goes. That's how it's supposed to go. So I appreciate you guys so much. We will talk soon. See you on the other side.
Bye-bye. Click the link.